Happy New Year, everyone. Great to see you all. And oh my God, we've got Lara Arden and Annette Bacon with us. How are you today, Lara Arden? Great to see you.
Awesome. It's great to be here. Thank you for hosting our first Boss Lady Summit of the year for 2026.
Oh, it's amazing. We've got a special guest with us today. We've got Annette Bacon. How you doing, Annette Bacon? What's going on?
Oh, it's so great to be here. And yeah, what a way to start off the new year. Fantastic to be here and connect, get focused for the new year.
Absolutely. So I just want to say welcome to Boss Lady Summit. We catch up on a monthly basis and we talk about cool concepts in relation to empowerment of women. And again, I give the male chauvinistic masculine viewpoint, haha, and the ladies give their own legendary viewpoint. We all sort of come together and aim to give you a great discussion to help you think on a deeper level. Now, today's topic is planning and strategies to win in 2026. And I don't know about you, but I had a great year last year, but I had a bunch of losses and wins, more wins than losses, mind you. And it's made me think very differently about this year. So what we're going to do is we're going to go straight to our panelists and get their thoughts on what happened to them, the good, bad, and the ugly, and what they're going to do differently this year. And we'll start off with Lara Arden to set things up. Lara Arden, great to see you. What happened to you last year? What was the good, the bad, and the ugly? And what are you thinking for this year?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So I've had some time to think about this, and I always love to. And one of the reasons why I love Christmas and New Year is this. It gives us that opportunity to just pause and reflect and think about, okay, so what did go well and what could have gone better, and and what do I want to do next? So for me, what went well last year is that I had some fantastic clients that I was able to bring in and help them in their awards journey, whether it was entering and competing for awards, or even just getting started with the idea of stepping into what it is to start building an award-winning business. And I really loved, working with the clients. I also was inspired towards the end of the year to create something new that I hadn't done before, and I consider that a real win. And I call it the Claim Your Spotlight Challenge. And so this is where I realized, I love helping people when it comes to entering and competing for awards for those who are ready, but I also recognize there's a lot of people who would like to get ready. And so I thought, this is the opportunity to help them get ready for, getting themselves together and then being able to put their business forward for an award, because there's a little bit of a stepping stones process. And I thought, I'd love to help people get ready in as much as also actually enter and compete in the awards as well. So that's the Claim Your Spotlight Challenge. So that started at the end, probably in the last quarter of last year, and it's taken off, and I'm really happy with the way that it's picking up. And I thought, this is something that I'd like to continue. And so that's the thing that I think I realized, is that was a real win for me. It's just something I'd like to keep doing. Something that I noticed was a challenge for me personally was my CRM. Learning to do the automation thing, and trying to get all of that organized. That's been a really steep learning curve for me, because I'm trying to sort of master the technology, and because it feels like it's like a Ferrari of a machine, but I'm only used to driving a little simple vehicle. So for me, having to sort of learn all of that as well, that's been a little bit overwhelming. But I also appreciate the value of what I've got there, with the machine and what it can do. So I'm considering, I'll just keep plodding along and doing what I can do.
So it's fair to say, like, you did a lot of that difficult stuff in 2025, so you're now set up to go for it this year. Is that a fair reaction to what you're saying?
I wish I could be that confident to say, yes, it's all set up, but no, it's not.
Not quite.
I found myself struggling quite a lot trying to understand how to use it all, because it's what can I liken it to? So imagine a keyboard, all right, and a keyboard has however many keys it has on it. I don't play, but I know the piano's got however many keys on it, right? And I probably managed to learn about how to use 2 out of if there's 64 keys, however many on the keyboard. If somebody knows, please put that in the comments for us.
There you go.
I like to be accurate in things. And so I probably managed to figure out about 2. So that's where I look at it and go, I've still got so much to learn, a long way to go in setting it all up. So interestingly, what that did, though, reflecting on that, is it inspired me for my word for this new year. So last year my word was consolidate, and that's where I thought getting a CRM would be good. It'd help me to start to consolidate and put all the bits and bobs together in one place. And yet I found the whole experience just a little bit like I've jumped in the deep end, and I'm like, what am I doing? So it's led me to a new word for this year, which is simplicity.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. Couldn't agree.
Yeah.
And I always say, as a technologist, and I say this to anyone watching, right? Make sure that technology serves you, that you're not serving your technology. Because I find, as a technologist myself, I've done this before. Sometimes the tail starts to wag the dog, meaning you invest in a new platform or whatever, and you find all this time you're putting into the platform's not returning.
Yeah.
So you kind of, in a way, get suckered into it. Right.
Yeah.
And then when you're actually doing it, you're like, wait a sec, this is not, I didn't sign up. It could be anything, could just not be technology, but it's like you join something with the best of intentions. And then a month later, you're like, I didn't sign up for this. No, I didn't sign up for this. No, this is not going. The way they said this would go is not actually what's happening. Right. So maybe it's one of those moments where you got to sit here and hit pause and say, hang on, I didn't sign up for this. And this is kind of screwy.
Yeah. And it's an interesting point to stop and think, well, do I continue with the pain of struggle, and trust that it's okay, I'll get there, I'll find a way of making sense of it so that I can get it to work for me? Or as an entrepreneur, do you determine that, it's the struggle and the pain isn't worth it, it's better for me to let that go and just keep doing what I'm good at?
Yeah, because I suppose, and I can't wait till we'll hear Annette Bacon's reaction on this one, right? So I can't say the word bacon normally. I can't say bacon; it has to be Annette, because Annette Bacon's really powerful, so she's Annette Bacon, right? But I love to hear Annette Bacon's reaction. But I've been there before, okay, so you're running a business, and for whatever reason, you invest in something new, right? Yeah. And it just doesn't work the way you planned, right? So what happened in your mind at the start doesn't actually manifest, and then 3 months later you're like, I didn't sign up for this. I'm not getting the return out of this. What they told me would happen didn't happen. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, not what I signed up for, this isn't working out for me. So I don't know if that thought is what's relevant to you in this moment, Lara. It may or may not be, but just that thought there.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting place to be, and to consider then, well, what do I choose from here? Do I continue on that pathway of like, this is what I really want to, organize and put together and have it work for me, or do I let that go and just keep doing what's easy and what feels comfortable to do, even though it might feel like, well, that's probably going to be more work, as opposed to what this was promised to be. I don't know. I will see how things go this year. But Annette, what's your take on these?
Annette Bacon, it's Annette Bacon mode. Annette
Yeah, thank you very much. I love what you were saying about the word for you being simplistic. I so resonate with that. And I think when it comes to technology, I had a similar experience. Not with the CRMs, but with the technologies that I was learning as I was going along with Her Secret Success. And I know what you're both saying, because there's that time when you've got to just dig in and just get it done, right? And there's other times where it is actually, it is a really important point to actually reflect on, is this serving? And I loved what you were saying as well, Ed, about, technology shouldn't be, it should be serving us, right? Don't become the tail wagging the dog.
Yeah, just on that, if I just technologist hat on, so forgetting boss ladies for the moment, just talking as a technologist, it shouldn't be this hard for you. Like, it's not your fault. It should not be this hard. And that is a huge from a technology point of view, that is a massive red flag. But sorry, just make that point, please, Annette.
Yeah, no. And it's funny that you mentioned about CRMs, because I have spent a number of years in my business at different times. So I've tried to automate. And the first mistake I made was having a patchy process where it was like this and this and this program, and this program doesn't speak to that program. And then you need this particular interface or another bit of technology is a patch to make A talk to B, talk to C, and then they still don't.
And it doesn't end. They just keep, it's like you agree to one thing, you do it. Oh, but now you got to buy this, and where does it stop?
Exactly. So for me, I feel like that journey, what I came to with that is two things. I did find the system that's going to work for me now. And it is a bit like that. It's like this, it's a bit of a beast of a system. But what I'm doing now is I've made the decision I want to use that system. And now I'm looking at how do I now delegate that? How do I now bring somebody in who can be the specialist in that system so that I can, because I want to still go down that automation. As an entrepreneur, automation is really powerful. But I also learned in that process what I'm learning, what's the balance between also how much you automate and how much you're still authentically in control of things. Because I think that's the balance too, because we're the brand, right?
Yes.
Annette Bacon is the band. Laura Arden, Ed, Zia, you're the brand, right? So the balance also is how do I bring in that automation in a way that I'm still authentically me? So for me, I feel like the behind the scenes CRM stuff is an easy delegation. Should I know? Yes. Will I know as I'm going? Yes, but I'm happy to get, but I think the thing with automation too is it is critical to have your systems in place and you're automating a system that you then teach somebody, because if you don't have the system, then you're paying them to do something that they'll just sit there and flounder if you don't have a system ready for them. So I think that might be helpful, Lara, when you're thinking about it. If it's something, if you feel like you've got the system you really want, it might actually be one of those places where you go, do I need to spend all this time learning this stuff? Can I actually spend the time better creating the system that becomes automated, that you get someone else to automate and run for you?
Okay, good thought.
Just jumping in there, we've got two amazing ladies in the green room that I'm about to bring on. Firstly, we've got our amazing friend, Sabina Solowski. Sabina has been traveling a lot this year. She's actually an amazing fitness and health leader as well, and she's one of the key characters. Her and Helen Bozon, who's not here today, she's having some PC trouble, were actually one of the people that inspired me to get back into the gym and really get fit and attractive. Like, so I'm now very fit and handsome and totally humble, right? And but I just want to say big thank you to Sabina's inspiration for that one. And we've got Christina Davey too. We're going to bring in Christina Davey shortly. Let's start with Sabina. Oh my God, Sabina, how are you today? How's life, Sabina?
You're so funny. You make me laugh. You were always handsome, and I'm sure the fitness was always in there. You don't need me for the handsomeness. I speak to Lassie and she tells me I know exactly what. But yeah, that's a great introduction though. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna knock it back. Thank you. How are you, ladies? How are you, Ed? Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Now, we're just going to bring in Christina Davey as well. Now, a lot of you will know Christina Davey. She's our legendary Aussie-Romanian friend. And she's probably pretty tired like me. She was running meetups all day yesterday. I'm exhausted today. I was running meetups from dawn to dusk. So I imagine Christina Davey got home at 1 a.m. and she's feeling awesome right now. But because she's disciplined and awesome, here she is. So can we wave to Christina Davey? Christina Davey, oh my God, how are you today, Christina Davey?
I am great, and you are right. I did not go to bed early, that's for sure. We had a massive night last night at Harbour After Dark. As you know, thank you so much for inviting so many people, Edward. I really appreciate your help. You're awesome, and I can always count on your support. And Lana, it's great to see you, darling. Sabina, what? Hello. And Annette, it's great to see you, darling. And interesting enough, we're talking about planning, wow, and strategizing. And I caught a little bit of what Annette was saying. I had some internet issues earlier, but I didn't catch the whole conversation. But I'm looking forward to go ahead and talk about it. Let's start, or let's continue.
What we'll do, everyone, and if you just come into the live stream, big welcome. Make sure you like, share, comment, leave your comments, and say hello. We're streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Insta, YouTube, and more. What we're going to do is we'll bounce over. We'll get a bit of an introduction from Sabina, then Christina. Then what we'll do is we'll go into crosstalk mode where we all just jump in. Does that sound good, ladies? Is that a good meeting flow? Awesome. So firstly, let's bounce out of our great friend Sabina. And I'm not just saying that because I like her. I mean every word of it. Again, I'm not here to take the spotlight. I'm here to share the spotlight. But one of my biggest problems last year was shitty health. I got really unhealthy. I let myself go a bit. And Sabina is one of the characters that motivated me to go back to the gym. And now people think I'm a PT. So I go to Anytime Fitnesses where people now think I work at the gym. Yes, they now think I'm a gym employee, which I'm really happy about. And Sabina is also a coach and an educator as well. And she also is a global traveler. So she's always between here and the UK and more. So Sabina, great to see you. What's on your mind and what have you got cooking for 2026?
Well, congratulations, Ed. I think you make an awesome PT. I did used to be a PT in another life.
You did
so,
too. You're
and my muscles were never as big as yours, that's for sure. So I think being strategic actually about health. And I think a lot of people neglect it and they think that it's sort of a wish for or on a wish list. But I actually have a different mindset on that, in that I think it's actually an essential part of a business investment and a life investment, because, you know, people, and I do try and educate businesses particularly around this, is that your health and performance is the foundation of your business. So we spend so much time and effort on strategies for marketing and for sales and all that, but if the driver of this Lamborghini is not there, it doesn't matter how fancy the Lamborghini is, it doesn't matter how fancy your plan is, but the driver has to be in ship shape, and mentally and physically, especially mentally. So I think seeing health and performance as a number one business investment is where I'm at, and I'm educating people about that this year, and always have been. And 2nd of February I start a leadership and performance program for men and women in leadership, to help them use their health and performance, not only just to grow their business, make more money and more impact, but also actually create a bit of a ripple effect on a social scale, which is, you know, a bit of a purpose, which sounds fluffy, but it's what we all want, right? So hopefully that answers the question.
Brilliant. Great intro from Sabina. Let's get up Sabina Zablosky. Sabina, always a pleasure, my friend. And what we'll do is we'll get a fantastic intro from Christina Davey, and then we'll go into crosstalk mode. And a bit of context, Christina and I go back many years, and Christina's a powerful character. She runs like a dating and coaching and relationship business, but also she's a massive meetup leader as well. So Christina Davey and I I'm very tired today. I'm sure Christina is too. We're basically full on running events all day yesterday. And Christina, I saw your video on Facebook. I think you had one. Your event has totally become top of downtown. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ed. And I mean, look, I absolutely love from the best when it comes to meetup. It's the truth, because a few years back, you know, I have never thought I will be able to host such a large event with so many people. You know, we had over, 250 people registered, and obviously not everybody made it. You know, it rained in Sydney as well, but look, it was thank you so much. I learned so much from you in how to plan a meetup, how to organize a meetup, you know, how to connect with people and bring them on, and I'm very grateful for that, because look, I want to start by being vulnerable. I have never been much of a planner before, and structure to me meant control. And I grew up in a communist country where I was told what to do all the time. So somehow I associated structure with being told what to do, and I had massive rejection towards it. So anything when it came to planning, I felt stuck and trapped, and anything structure-wise made me feel like, you know, like my value for freedom was like screaming in my face, you know, like, this is not good. Like, you just gotta, you know, you just gotta do this other thing, do how what you feel like. And I ran my life like that for a while, and it was not a good thing, because you're creating a lot of stress. Sabina will know a little bit about that. And especially when you are a business owner, right, and you have people working for you as well, just running things as you feel, it's not working out really good. So I had to really start appreciating the value of structure and planning and strategizing. And now I'm helping my clients do that in their dating life as well. Because believe it or not, without a plan, without a strategy, your dating life might not thrive as much as you want. So I'll get into it a little bit later.
Oh, I love it. And that's Christina Davey, my friends, and love your work. And just as a context, if you just come in, make sure you like, share, comment, but also on LinkedIn as well. Connect with Lara Arden, Annette Bacon, Christina Davey, and Sabina Sobolski. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to enter my most favorite bit of the summit, which is the crosstalk mode, where we all just jump in a free-for-all manner. And it works really well because it goes from one idea to one idea, and we're all civilized people, so we can handle it beautifully. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go straight to crosstalk mode. I can see Lara Arden and Annette Bacon kind of turning bright red. They're about to burst with all these ideas and innovation. So I'm going to pop the Lara Annette Bacon balloon and see what they're thinking. So crosstalk mode, everyone, jumping in with your thoughts and reactions.
Okay. Well, I would just like to open up and invite our other panelists here if they, because one of the things that Edward said at the beginning when he was asking us to think about the year that's been and the highs and lows and the things that we learned from it, and then the year that's coming as to where we plan to go with that. For me, I identified that, okay, I had lots of highs, which was great. There was one particular low where I felt like I was struggling with technology in my business. But the opportunity I gained from looking at that was that I was able to see, all right, you know what, whereas last year my word for 2025 was consolidate, having that little low point helped me realize that my word for 2026 is simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really valued that low spot that helped me to see that, you know what, there's a better way of doing things. And this is what I'm going to be aiming for in 2026 is simplicity. So I'm just curious, because I didn't really get to hear that from our other panelists, if there was anything that they experienced last year like that helped open up some kind of revelation or inspiration or insight into themselves and their business and what they would like 2026 to look like for them.
Oh, I definitely can resonate with that, Lara. And for me, it is, well, I've also been on my own health journey. I have, after 25 years of struggling, I really have got command of that. And I love what you were saying before, Sabrina, about us seeing it as, you know, personally and professionally, it's all this body, mind, spirit, and soul. We only get one, and I, you know, how much I self-sabotaged, denied it, and just, you know, and to finally be in the space where I've taken control of that in my mind, and I'm just going just leaps and bounds now, and it's just been it's not just a whole new mindset, but it's just a whole new way of being and living in my business and through my business. And what I've learned in that space as well is, for a really long time in many areas of my life and business, I was very much, even though I'm confident and I'm happy to be upfront speaking, I'm also about others, and I want other people to kind of step up in their space. But for a very long time, I've kind of sat back, if you know what I mean. This year, if there's anything I've learned, it's actually going to be, I think my word's going to be acceleration.
What made you sit back? What was, so just jumping in there, what was in your mind that was making you sit back and hold back? What was going on in your head?
Yeah, good question. For me, it was, who am I? A bit of that imposter syndrome, that who am I to own that space? You know, who am I to put myself forward? And in Australia, our culture is very much the tall poppy syndrome, is to pull people down. And I have been around people that do not want my light to shine and have really, you know, and I succumbed to that. And this year, for me, that's been the huge learning curve for me.
Can I ask you, why do you think that was? Why were they sabotaging you and holding you back? What was their motive?
I think it is. I've really been reflecting on this. I think it's their own insecurities. It's their own self-esteem.
Yeah.
It's their own fears
100%.
about
100%.
themselves. Yeah, I feel that's exactly it.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I'm going to open up. I'm not here to bogart the conversation, but I had a bit of a fight with someone yesterday at our meetup, actually. A bit of a fight with them. Someone I like, but like it was a bit of a tiff I had with them because they were doing that to me. They came in and were projecting all their issues onto me, and I just started pushing back on them. And I said, no, I'm not wearing all that. And it's funny. I find that a lot of people who aren't, especially, I hate to say it, I'm going to sound sexist here, but I'm going to say it. I think women do it more than men. I'm just going to say it right now. I think women are worse than this. I think men are more likely to keep to themselves and do their own thing. Women are masters at cutting down other women. That's what I think, right? Controversial or not, that's what I think. But she didn't just cut me down. She cut down a few other people, and I told her off at our meetup. Told her off.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I just want to throw that. Love to hear. I don't mean to jump in on the conversation, but just a relevant point. I'd love to hear what you all think. And please disagree with me too. I'm here to be disagreed with. Don't just agree with me.
I think of it as like a how I tell clients about it is that say that you are carrying a lot of negative stuff about yourself that you don't like, and it makes you feel really heavy. And if you think about it, as a 10-kilo backpack of, potatoes, let's say, or stones. And if you take that off and you throw that at somebody else who is, going to catch that 10 kilos, it's not nice, but it's survival. It makes you feel lighter. It makes you be able to tolerate your life, and it makes you be able to sit so much better with yourself. So I try and, because I've had that lots of times too, and I try and come at it from a place of compassion, because it's something about them. And I actually feel sorry for them, because they're obviously going through something that's so bad that they feel the need that they think I can take it on. So I completely, that whole projection, because when you give other people your problems, literally, you lighten the load on yourself. You become, and it's awful, but so many people are like that, is that they just want to take care of themselves, and they're in that survival mode. So I see that a lot too, and I try and come at it of a point of compassion, because everybody's trying. It's survival often. They've not got the mental or physical resources to deal with it themselves, so they give it to you. Not nice when you're on the receiving end, for sure. But what do you think, Christina?
I love what you said, and I love how you ended, because this is the direction I was going towards as well. Often we don't realize what we're doing and how we're doing it. I try all the time to meet them with compassion as much as I can, and then I'll turn to what Ed was doing, and then I'll just place some boundaries, because ultimately pushing back is placing boundaries.
And Christina, I won't mention who it is, but you've told off this person too. I'm not the only one to tell them off. You've told them off.
I think I know who it is. I think I've
Don't
told
say.
off too.
Do not say. We carry on.
So now my mind is like, boo, 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 boo. I want to solve the problem. But so coming, just like in the planning and strategizing, I think people who are negative, obviously, they didn't have good role models. Most of the time don't even see where they're at, or they might know where they're at and they don't know how to be different. And while I can have compassion and understanding where they're at, I don't have to take it on, which is why, I like what Sabina and, Ed, you both were saying, like, I can seek to understand, and at the same time, if I feel it's affecting me, I can also place some boundaries and cut the conversation, or tell them to leave, or I leave, or, redirect the conversation to a better time when we are not charged emotionally, because sometimes we all can react, right? When we are not in a really good mindset. But going back to the planning and strategizing, I think it's important to have good role models around us. And I think when we are surrounding ourselves, just like with, being if somebody is really negative and it's in a crowd that it's positive, it will stand out. You'll prompt the other person to think, and change. I've seen that happening with my dad. My dad was in a bad crowd, and then he made a new friend, and that one friend has influenced him so much, and things start changing. He shifted. So I think planning and strategizing, or being positive, or not putting others down in order for us to feel good, it starts with awareness. Hey, I'm having a problem. Because until we realize there's a problem, we're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to be motivated to change it, right? And then we got to learn the how. And it's really important that we are in the right community, or with the right people that can teach us to do that. Like I learned from you how to run a great meetup.
I know you're a big pro. You're going on A-lister, Christina. So I look forward to you getting a nice expensive car and a big house soon. Looking forward to it.
So what do you think, Lara? And I love your word, simplicity. I'm going, my word for this, which is funny, my 2 words for this year is plan and strategize.
Oh, nice. I love it. Good on you. Yeah, thank you. Well, interestingly, with the comment you made, Ed, about you've noticed that more women will be inclined to tear each other down.
Yeah, all the time. And I'm not, if I can just, I hate, again, I'm not a sexist guy, but I'm going to sound sexist. I see it every day. It's always women to women.
Wow.
Every day I see it. All the day.
Yeah. So me personally, I don't see a lot of it. In fact, the first time I saw anything like that, probably recently, was a man tearing down another man openly in public, without that other gentleman there. And I thought to myself, it seems a little unfair that the person wasn't there to defend themselves. And as Christina said, we never know what's, and also you mentioned it too, Sabrina, we never know what's going on other people's lives. So we need to be careful of judgment, and that's where compassion comes in. When I say that I think it happens on both sides, it's only because I haven't seen as much of it amongst the women. But then, I don't know, it could also just be that I don't notice it because it's not something that I do. And yet I noticed it when a man did it to another man, and I thought to myself, oh, that's a little bit out of line. So, the interesting thing about this for me as to how do I respond, Christina, in answer to your question, how I respond is I saw it as an opportunity to quietly, when there was a discrete moment where I could be separate with that other gentleman who was being negative about the other, is that I discreetly mentioned to him that it's really a little bit unfair, making negative comments about others when that other person isn't there to defend themselves, especially because we don't really ever know the full story about whatever anyone else is going through. And that, if we have something that we want to say about them, that it might not be appropriate to do it publicly when they're not really there to defend themselves. And
I'm just reacting. I bet you that loser guy, he wouldn't have done it if the other guy was there. I bet you $1 million.
Yeah, well, that's an interesting point. I don't know.
You wouldn't.
But I think I felt that it was okay. I hope you wouldn't have. In any case, I felt like I had an opportunity to respond and be responsible, and to just, gently and kindly highlight to that person that maybe their behavior could be kinder, to others by withholding their attitude or opinions if they were negative about someone else. I mean, it's not for me to say because I didn't know the other person they're talking about, and maybe what they were saying is true, and also not wanting to be judgmental, I thought it was right for me to say something for them to be conscious of, wait a minute, if somebody is, if I'm judging that person publicly, what if somebody's judging me saying, oh, I don't know that person, how are you putting them down, and I've never met them? So I don't know, I just like to, it might just be the way that I am, is that I like to give people a benefit of the doubt, especially if I don't know the person and I've never met them, and if the first thing I'm ever hearing about them is something negative, it makes me think, well, is there nothing good about that person? There must be something good. But then that's just my personal beliefs. I like to consider that everyone has good in them.
I like that, Lara.
And
I like that.
yeah.
I think one thing that we got to be aware of, and we moving a little bit away from the topic, but there's a duality in people. Somebody can be good and bad at the same time. Somebody could be a great father and a shitty husband. Somebody can be a great partner and not a good mother. Somebody could be caring and kind, and in one given circumstance to be completely losing the plot and be, like so stimulated or so angry and do something really hurtful because it's caught in the moment. And we tend to forget that when we are emotional, we don't always have the capacity to respond from our higher version of ourselves, from our awareness. And I mean, the more we practice, the better it gets. But at the same time, I think when we are experiencing that, having those boundaries and doing what Lara was saying, like, hey, this is not okay with me, or, I don't think this was kind or nice, and speaking up is really important, because the worst thing we can do is to not do anything.
Well
Yeah.
said. Now, I just want to jump in there with a key thought for everyone. Oh, Lara, you go first, and I got a key thought. Go, Lara.
I just want to say thank you, Christina, and I think you're right to identify the duality of people, or you can look at it as like a seesaw. A seesaw goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down. But a seesaw also is capable of being right in the middle and be balanced as well, where it's neither up and it's neither down. And so I think when you're talking about looking for where we can practice being our higher selves, to me, that's being in alignment or being balanced. And when we're balanced emotionally, but also relationally with others as well, then we are mindful of, the things that are happening, and we are considerate that the situation, although it could be up or down, that we look for where we can be balanced in that, and that we also encourage others to be balanced as well in their ways. Ed.
Well said. Now, what I want to absolutely love the discussion. You just come in, like, share, comment, say hello, be it you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you're in. Great to have you with us, and Happy New Year. Now, what I'm going to throw to the panelists, and I'm just going to throw it at all the panelists, and we'll go into full crosstalk mode here. And this is my question to the panelists, and my question to you watching. So really, really think this through. Really, really think this through. And I'm going to say this to the panelists, I'm saying to you rhetorically. What are you going to do in 2026 to make it your best year ever? And I'll say the question again. What are you going to do to make 2026 your best year ever? That's the question I ask you and I ask all our panelists. So if you're here watching, leave a comment. If you want to have panelists, fire at will. Tell me what you think.
Yeah. Can I go first? Because I'd like to follow something that I realized. So, for me, last year was very up and down, a bit like the seesaw. I had lots of highs. I had a few lows. I learned some things from the lows, which is good. And what it helped me to identify moving forward is that I want this year, this new year, to be based in simplicity. So for me, simplicity is more balanced, right? Less of the highs and lows, so that I can feel like there's easier ways of doing things. And so one of the things I'm realizing as well in looking for ways that I can achieve the simplicity and to have greater balance in my business, and a little bit more continuity, because balance for me is like continuity, where things continue and we have consistency. I look at Ed as an example for me with that when it comes to consistency, because like, I don't know anyone else that continues to, week after week, month after month, day after day, that continues to show up like him. And so for me, I know that where I have been quite up and down last year, I can look at that now and go, all right, well, what are the ways that I can start to build in more consistency, so that I can start to have more of that continuity and that ease that I'm looking for, so things can start to feel less high and low and more balanced in myself and in my business. So yeah, I think consistency is the key, but what does that actually look like sound like and feel like when you are applying it in your business, or even, you know, even in the moment to moment, let alone day to day. So I would like to open that up and ask, how will you practice consistency in your business this year? What will that look like, sound like, feel like for you?
I love that, and I agree. I think Ed is the most consistent person I've ever met in my life. It's been amazing. I'm learning so much from that too, because that's one of my areas where I'm a big picture. I'm a let's go, action going and just get out and make it happen. And that's all great, but then it's the systems and the consistency that needs to follow up, for you to really, really achieve anything. So I am so in agreement with that, Lara. And for me, I think this year, it is going to be about, I am really going to be very conscious about who I am with. If you are not going to make space for who I am, then I don't make space for you. And I don't mean that in a I'm rejecting, but I'm really going to be very deliberate about my energy and the energy of the people around you. And if you suck my energy, you're going to get less of me, right? I want to really be around people that are going to be, I don't even want to say like-minded, because I like people to have different perspectives and all of that. So I want the challenge of all of that, but I really want that like energy. And it doesn't mean I'm not going to be compassionate to a person where they're at, but I love what you were saying before, Christina. People have this duality. We all have these different, there's going to be mess in our life. We all have mess, right? But it's not my responsibility to carry anybody's mess. And in the past, I have done that, and it's held me back. So this year is the year of your mess is not my mess. You need to own your own mess. I'm just doing my thing, make way. And if you're not going to make way, I'll make my own way. Yeah. Because I'm not going to be pushed aside and be silent any longer. It is, and that's why I feel like for me, the word, the more I think about it, is actually going to be acceleration. It's going to be an acceleration in my business, in the being part of my personal and professional life. And if you don't want to be with me, I'm okay with that. I don't want to be liked by everybody. I don't have to be liked by everybody. I just want to find my tribe, and let's just do life together. And that's how I want to approach this year.
Nice. Love it. Good on you.
I see Sabina with some deep thinking. Sabina, tell us what you think. I can see Sabina's positronic mind working very, very quickly. Hit that unmute key. Yeah, what are you thinking, Sabina?
No. I'm just listening. I love that, Annette. I love it, because for a long time, I was this kind of person that I thought that everybody had to like me, and it held me back for so long. I've been trying to get myself out there for such a long time, but I was stuck in that, everybody has to like me. And I'm 50 this year, actually, and it's actually really exciting. I'm really excited because I've completely seen a complete shift, is that I don't give a shit. If I'm not for you, that's okay. I'm not everybody's flavour, and it's not meant to be like that. No, but it's I probably sound a bit snobby, maybe not very nice like that. But
you're speaking my language. They can go
for them and for me. I know
www.eatshit.com.au.
No, but even clients, right? I look at getting clients, and I think, I have to have these clients because I'm wanting to scale my business. But the reality is that it's also the clients are auditioning me. Am I the right fit, and are they the right fit for my system? If they're not coachable, if our values are very different, I can't take their money, right? And they shouldn't be giving me their money. If I'm not for you, God bless you, but let's move. So I completely echo what you're saying, and it's quite liberating when you do that. Not everyone is going to be, and it's great for role modeling. As lead, for if you're leaders in the world, for people to see that you don't have to worry about. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to say that. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, solid gold from Sabina. And speaking about solid gold, I can tell Christina's pondering some deep thinking.
I loved what each one of you said. I resonated strongly with Lara. I'm quoting because consistency to have continuity, right? I love that. And it's something that I didn't know in the past, that consistency is helping us in it progress, grow, right? If we are willing to keep going and maybe change our strategy when it's not working, right, then we can get there. But I think most people quit because it hasn't worked first or second time, especially in dating, right? I was talking to someone yesterday and they're like, oh, I went online dating, I went on 2 dates, the women were weird, and I just decided this is not for me. But what I tell my clients is, look, consistency, allows you to make progress. If you keep showing up, you will learn to filter people. So you're not even going to start continuing to chat with them, because you already know they're not aligned. But before you do that, you don't have the experience to know that the way you look at them and you select and you choose people to go on a date with are pretty random. Or they're not really aligned with your goals. So I love that, Lara. And then Annette, I totally agree with you when you say, look, I don't have to, I'm going to give less time to people who are draining my energy, basically, and they're not aligned. I think if we all do that, we'll create so much more time and space for innovation and for feeling okay to be ourselves and not chase to be liked. Right, as Sabina was saying. And when we stop chasing to be liked, then we just have more mental capacity to plan and strategize for what's important to us, for our goals. So really, for me, the word of the year will be actually implementation, because I think if I want progress in my business, in my love life, in my health, in my weight, whatever what it is, planning and strategizing is great, but implementation, taking those small steps that lead to the big steps, is what's going to really make a difference. Yes. So implementation is what's going to really win whatever what we are fighting at the moment. If you look at Bondi, if you look at whatever what's happening in the world right now, sometimes we just talk, but we're not doing. So maybe let's just do a little bit more this year.
I think that's it. Sorry, just jump in. I hope there's some cockatoos or some animals. I hope you can hear me. But execution is an action, is like we have, and I've definitely been in there. You get in that loop of planning, especially as we're all quite big thinkers. We've got all these big dreams, but then we forget to go down and just start taking one step in front of the other step, in front of the other step every single day. Like Ed. I mean, Ed, you are bloody amazing. You are, I mean, gosh. But take that consistency, that action, that execution, that day, especially when you don't feel like it. It could be getting to the gym, it could be eating the right foods, it could be whatever you need to do. It could be just basically getting in front of your computer and answering those emails you really don't want to do. So yeah, no, I 100% agree, Christine. I'll turn my background music off now.
There you go.
You're making us all jealous.
You don't get these in England.
Your backdrop is a lot better than mine.
Where are you right now, Sabina? Where are you hiding at?
I'm in. Well, it took me an hour to find this place. I'm in somewhere called Broughton Village, which is inland from Kiama. So I was in Kiama Downs yesterday,
wow.
and we moved to another place. So it's beautiful, but it's very noisy because there's a lot of wildlife. I keep seeing it everywhere. So it's beautiful, and it's like probably about 15 acres of land, cows, and yeah, it's beautiful. And I've just got rid of the kids, hence why I was late. So it's a bit, well, those animals have gone. Now I've got new animals.
Love it.
Heaps of cows moving it along, right? Terrible day. Now, what I'm going to do is we've got about 10 minutes left for the Boss Ladies Summit. So I just want to jump in and say thank you all for watching. We've got a good 10 minutes left. We're going to move into closing thoughts of each of our panelists and have a bit more crosstalk, so don't go anywhere just yet. But just a few things. Connect with everyone you're seeing here on LinkedIn. Each of the legendary boss ladies here have great, amazing specialties. Best way to do is connect with them on LinkedIn, and you'll see exactly what they're all about. And they're also very highly vetted and trusted ladies who are ethical business operators too. So I can promise you, if you hire any of these ladies, you'll be very, very happy. They're all very high satisfaction there. So what we're going to do is we're going to, in order of the screen, Lara, Annette, Bacon, Christina, and Sabina, we're going to go through closing thoughts. And this is basically where each of our panelists gets a monologue, a Fox News style monologue where they give their thoughts on 2026. So again, the topic is planning strategies to win in 2026. And we're going to go through all the ladies' closing thoughts and have a bit of crosstalk at the end. So Lara Arden, what are your closing thoughts today?
Closing thoughts. Okay, so well, I'm not a numerologist, but I have a couple of friends who do it, and so I've been hearing from them as to a summary of 2025. Apparently, it was the year of the snake, which is the shedding of skin or shedding of things that don't work for us anymore, so that we can be. Yeah, so that we can be free to enter into 2026, which apparently is the year of the fire horse, where things are going to start to pick up the pace and gallop away. And that's going to be the launching of new ideas and new things. Sounds very exciting.
I'm all for it. I'm
great.
very excited about that, and I am very ready to say goodbye to 2025 and shedding skins and shedding shedding layers. Come 2026, come fire horse.
Bring it on. I love it.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, one thing I'd just like to add to that I think is really going to help me personally as the year starts to pick up pace as we get through it, is that I'll be looking for what it is that I can do consistently every day, every week, every month. And what are those things that will help me grow personally and professionally? And I just look to the amazing Edward Zia for that, because Ed and Lassie, they just rock when it comes to consistency. So thank you for being our knight in shining armor, but both you and Lassie leading from the front, your example is just outstanding. So thank you. So happy to be part of the tribe and to follow along.
Yeah. And just a quick reaction. One of our great friends, one of my old friends who I've known for years, I've known her for over 10 years, never met face to face. Her name is Sushrita Deshpande, and she's from Singapore. She's actually a big business leader in Singapore. So please all wave to Sushrita. She's a very, very smart lady. Sushrita is actually one of the original characters that inspired me to become a LinkedIn influencer. So you got Sushrita, ironically listening in from Facebook. So everyone connect with Sushrita, but she made a good point. Drop whatever is not working for you, whatever is not serving you. Live life light. Isn't that just amazing? So big round of Sushrita. So as an honourable mention, please connect with our great friend Sushrita from Singapore. So great seeing you, Sushrita. Big thank you, Lara. Annette Bacon, what are your closing thoughts?
So, as I said, I loved what you were saying about consistency. So I'm taking that on board. Because that's what I love about this opportunity to come together with everybody. Is because I might have some strategies, but now I go, oh, yes, please, I'll have that one as well. In my little toolbox, I have my little toolkit. So I've now just taken consistency and put that one in. Thank you very much, Lara. And so for me, like I said, with the idea of acceleration, the strategy that I really want to use is like I was saying before, is to be very selective with what I am committing my time to, because time is the one thing you don't get back, right? We all have we've said it before, we've all got 24 hours in a day, and it's up to us how we prioritize that. And when And the other thing, one of my strategies is I'm trying very hard to remove the word busy from my vernacular. I don't want to say the word busy. If I say the word busy, you have permission. Annette, you said no busy.
Because just on that, I agree with you. Busy implies a level of inefficiency, doesn't it?
It does. And I've come to learn that because I still wear it as a badge of honor.
Yep.
And what it is just burnout.
Yeah. And I think busyness is just, it's inefficiency masked in false virtue.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree. So one of my commitments to myself is to let go of that vernacular and not say, and when people come and say to me, hey, going, because Australia, how's it going? What you up to? And that's our greeting. I don't want to reply with good. I want to actually use the plethora. I'm excited. I'm inspired. I'm motivated. And really stir people to be out of the busyness and just the, I'm too busy. I can't make it work. Well, we all have 24 hours in a day. So for me, moving forward, that's my strategy, is to be very mindful about where I am putting my time and my energy. Because my energy, if there's anything I've learned this past year, is my energy is at the absolute core of who I am. And if I'm not protecting that, nobody else is. So time, energy, the two things that I can have control over by being intentional about how I use that in the new year.
Love it, Annette.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Annette Bacon, in the zone, my friend. Great closing thoughts. And over to Christina Davey. Christina Davey, what are your powerful closing thoughts, my friend?
Well, for me, I was just thinking and reflecting of what Lara and Annette were saying, and the word focus came to mind, because I think life happens. We plan, we strategize, we start implementing, and then boom, a breakup, the dog dies, a client does I don't know what, our health is hitting us, life happens. And when that happens, we lose focus, and we let life happening not for us but to us, and then it gets a little bit heavier, and we lose momentum. So I think staying focused and just separate from the noise around that life is throwing at us, it'll be really important this year. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a lot more focused and a more not just intentional, but more directional and targeted.
Ooh, based, yes. Christina.
Yes.
And Sabina with her cockatoos and her mini cows and her whole a whole little zoo behind it. What's on your mind, Sabina?
I think strategy is worth nothing without action, and just backing it up, constantly backing it up. And thinking about what I need to, I actually did a list of what I need to let go of. Like the shedding, right? Like you were saying, Laura, is like what I need to let go of, people I need to let go of, behaviors, it's just sort of behaviors, habits, those habits that are holding me back. So, and back that up with the strategy as well. So that's what I'm thinking about.
Ooh, love it. Now, before we finish up, we're just going to have a bit of crosstalk. Just open to all of our panelists. If there's anything you want to say now, we'd love to hear it. So a little bit of crosstalk before we finish up this month.
I'd just like to wish everybody here that's been able to join us today for the live stream, watching us, and those in the Zoom room with Ed, all the very best for 2026. And looking forward to sharing this year together with you all.
Well said.
It has been a pleasure to be here with you again. And for anyone out there listening, I'd love to hear from you and connect. I'm going to leave my details in the comments, and let's start a conversation.
Oh, love it. And Annette,
Yeah, well, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to connect. My book is about to come out in February, so I'm really excited about that.
What's your book about? What's it about?
So my book is, I actually got to collaborate with 36 other powerful women, voices of the 21st century. Oh gosh, I forgot the rest of the title. It's about resilience and being unstoppable and resilience. And my chapter is Unstoppable Love, and I'm really excited about it. The whole book is all these amazing chapters of women really sharing their personal and professional stories of resilience, and it's very exciting. So, connect with me. I'd love to share that moment with everybody.
Oh, Annette Bacon, love it. And Sabina, any additional thoughts from you before the cockatoos knock over your phone or a cow tries to run you over or something?
Just everybody see, there's so much opportunity around us, and 2026, such as every year, every day is a new opportunity to thrive. And if you are looking for a different toolkit of habits and behaviors to take your business to the next level, then my leadership program starts on the 2nd of February, and I'm taking on clients now. So just reach out and let's have a chat. And if you want to upgrade your business, you first have to upgrade the drivers, and that is yourself. So, don't neglect that as, put it on the side and think you'll do it when things get better. You have to do it. It's the foundation of the business empire. So reach out, and I'll put my details in the comments. But thank you for giving us this platform, Ed, for all of us. And I agree, consistency with you is you're very consistent.
Yeah, it's funny. And I always say what you want about Edward's ear. You can't say I'm not consistent. That's what I go for. So you can't say I'm not dedicated, and you can't say I'm not consistent. You can say a lot of other things, but you can't say those 2 points. You can't say
consistency to have continuity.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, Lara.
Pleasure. Another honourable mention too, our friend Sushrita Desponde, one of our great friends from Singapore. Again, top business leader. Yeah, so make sure you'll connect with Sushrita Desponde over on Facebook and LinkedIn. Again, Sushrita was actually one of the key characters that helped inspire me to become a LinkedIn guy. So here we are 6 years later.
That's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah. So everyone connect with Sushrita. Sushrita, great having you with us again. Top business leader in Singapore. So friends, without further ado, thank you so much. Thank you to our ladies. And also to Miss Sushi main edition. Miss Sushi is actually, she might be known as Miss Sushi too. That's her nickname. So Sushrita or Miss Sushi. Love your work. There we go. You know what? I now feel like some sushi. You've done it now.
Yes.
I want some sushi right now. I'm going to go get some. So friends, thank you so much. Happy New Year. And I just want to say from the bottom of Lassie and my heart, honor to have you with us. Stay awesome, friends, and keep up the winning. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.